Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. I think we're pretty much set up. I'm gonna scooch a little bit of things back, but I think we're pretty set overall. So let that be there. Give me just a titch more space here to my other side, and we're gonna get going. Good morning, guys. How you doing? Hi, Diana. Good morning. Good morning. Is it Weisner? Good morning, Sunrise. Love it. How's everybody doing? I've got the Fate Shifters Tarot in my hand. I've kind of adjusted a little bit of the angles, and it's just me on my own right now doing tarot. My husband's back on the road. So it's May 27th, and I am doing tarot on my own and loving it. So if you've got some questions, this is the part of my show where we do a few free minis right away, and then we get into the paid list. And once that's going, that's going. Is a fan going? Yes. Is it really crazy noisy? We have the lawn people over right now too. Let me see if I can get this going. Hang on one sec. I'll see if I can get this fan off. How's that? Is that better? Hopefully that's going to work. Thanks, Butterfly. So, hey, Kim. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Hi, Susan. Hi. Oh, it's better? Good. Okay. And I do have lawn people coming around today at various points, and I can't control them. But the fan is off, and if you hear the birds chirping, it's because the window's open, because I don't want it too fucking hot up here. So, okay, that's what we got. And this is a channel where little ears probably don't want to be around, so just be aware. So, yeah. Married to a trucker, I have colorful language, so that's what we've got. So if you've got a few questions, good morning, Laura, let me know, and we'll just get right to it. And I am recording the full show, so if you get a paid read today, I will post this video later. It'll be on my YouTube channel. Your mom passed away unexpectedly 2 days after Mother's Day. You missed her terribly. Anything for you? Yeah, let's look. We're going to go to the Sufi Tarot right away for that. Anything that would help you right now with your mom passed. I'm getting the image of, I don't know why I'm getting this, but I just get out of the way. You know the story, I think it's an Aesop's fable of the lion that has the thorn in its paw and the mouse helps the thorn get out? That's what I'm getting. The Four of Coins indicates a holding on of something. The Knight of Cups indicates the need to have your hopes and dreams be present for yourself and not put those in other people's hands. And then the 20. To thine own self be true. This is the card of judgment and resurrection, being true to yourself, answering the call, allowing transformation. Look at this beautiful, beautiful gold coming through. And we're going back to that gold of that lion that I'm looking at. Whatever the thorn is, whatever the little wound is, once the thorn is removed, once you allow yourself to remove that, the healing comes much quicker. There's something about the grieving process that if you let some of the poison out. It feels like things weren't always easy with you and your mother, but you miss her and you'd like to think of her more fondly. This is something that's coming through. Let some of the poison out. Realize that you guys were just doing the best you could do. Both of you doing the best you could do, regardless of the situation. She wants the questing to begin. The questing to begin. It's what I'm seeing is that thorn is removed and the lion is moving around more freely. More happily, the lion and the mouse move together freely. That's what I'm getting. That's what's coming through for you. So that's what I've got. I'm hoping that's helpful. If you've got a quick question, then we'll do a few quick questions. And I will do my commercial and we'll get the paid list going. And tell Kim what you've paid for because she keeps my brain on straight. Because once I'm in the cards, you'll see I am lost in the cards. So that's what we got. I don't even know if I showed you those cards, but I put them away. But that's what I got. Okay. So, Morgan, will your finances get sorted out by July? Let's take a look for Morgan. And I'm going to try and tip this down. Whoa. Down a little. Let me see if I can get it so it tips down just a bit. All right. Maybe that will help. We hope. Okay. Morgan, will your finances improve by July? Fate Shifters Tarot. Let's see what 3 quick cards will say. 3 quick cards. Oh, that one wants to come. Ooh. Struggling to juggle. It doesn't look like it's happening in the next 2 weeks, and it seems like it's a little bit difficult right now. What, 2 more? It will be more towards the end of July is what I'm getting. The struggle and the juggle is in the first 2 weeks. The 9 is coming. It feels like it's towards the end of July or a little bit later. There's a preparation. There needs to be some independence thought about. This one's sitting pretty, but this one's struggling. Like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Pay off the priority things that aren't going to ding you the most. Pay attention to the necessities. This is huge for you. And this takes some time. This is going to be something that your finances are going to feel better. It feels like more as harvest time gets closer. And I might even say September. That's what I'm getting. That's what I got for you. So it feels like they're starting to improve towards the end of July, but not at the beginning. I wish I could say sooner than that. You're welcome, honey. You are welcome. Okay. Fatima, does Francisco truly love you, and will you and he have a relationship? Let's look. We're going to go to, this is like the True Something Tarot, I think. True Self Tarot, I think is what it's called. You and Francisco, what's the scoop? Ace of Pentacles coming up. There's a gift that is seen, readily apparent. Two of Cups. I'm loving that. Let's see what else we got here. Seven of Swords. Okay, what I'm getting here is the gift is ready. There's a readiness to go into the relationship, but you need to be careful to cover your ass, baby. This is important. The Seven of Swords is when you cover your ass because Stinky Pete's in the house, or you're putting your priorities too much in the hands of someone else. So don't let this be happening. I'm going to scooch this down so you can see all three of them, I hope. Hopefully you can see that. Scooched. There we go. There we have it. Scooched. So this is all great. Lovey-dovey, wonderful. If you slam into it too fast, no bueno, honey. That's what I'm getting. So be careful on that. Seven of Swords means your priorities need to be important to you. Otherwise, you give parts or pieces of yourself a little too easily and end up getting stung. Be clear in what it is that you want. Be clear in what it is that you're protecting and who for. Okay, that's what I got on that one. Let me give you my commercial, guys, real quick. Here's my commercial. Ta-da! It's a fancy commercial. Tomorrow we'll probably be doing specialty reads. They're usually $50. Not tomorrow, excuse me, Wednesday. I might have one of them on special for $40, so we'll see. Today they're $50 if you want the bones, the crystal ball, or the past life. I love those. I do tarot with those. And then all of a sudden things become a little bit oracle as I'm doing tarot. It's super fun. Super fun. If you want a one question mini, that's usually 7 to 10 cards. That's $40 for a full, 30 for a mini. Now, the 7 to 10 is usually what's a Celtic cross, a full Celtic cross for other people, but that's what my mini is, and that's $30. If you want the full, or you want to request a guide with the full, if one of my guides wants to come through, or if you know my guides and want a specific one to come through, we'll do that for $40, and that's what we'll look at. The year ahead is 30, and the blind is 20. I've just kind of reprinted my list, so it's a little bit upside down to me, but hopefully it helps you. So that's what I've got going on here. It's Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal, so let me know if you guys can see this and what's going on. Let me know. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Whoa. There we go. And it's A Feisty Butterfly. The info's in the bio. Please let Kim know, and we'll get the list started. It is now open. And lately I've been running a little bit slow on my reads. Like I've been taking a little bit too much time snooping, but I will do my best. So yeah, once you're on the list, if you're patient, if you need to make a sandwich, if you're far down the list, let me know. Whatever. We'll get it handled. So, okay, Enchanted Sage. Will things get better at my job? Let me take a look. Ooh, I want the Wake Me Up Tarot for you. Let's take a look. What's going on at your job, sweetie pie? What are you in denial about is what I'm getting. With the Wake Me Up Tarot, and what are you in denial about? There's a Nine of Wands as a burden. I think you're doing too much. I think you need to be clear about what your tasks are, clear about what you're asked to do, and ask for clarity in a way that's diplomatic but firm. The Ten of Cups, you'll get more of what you want there. It feels like in some ways somebody is taking a little bit of advantage of what's going on in your workplace, and that's not very fair to you. Something strange going on there. The Boss, the Emperor coming up, not really, how do you say that? He's not terrible, but he's not on the ball. He's a little bit of a clueless one is what I'm getting. And then we've got the Two of Swords, where one seems as good as the other. Maybe you need to open their eyes to what the advantage is for you doing the job, or you doing it clearly. If they aren't being clear with you, and then the supervisor's mad because they're giving you a list of 15 things to do, and they're saying, okay, why isn't all of this done? They might not understand exactly how much time it takes to do a thing. Sometimes they'll do that, and it's like, dude, we'd like to think all the bosses are professional and know what they're doing, or all the supervisors know what they're doing, and sometimes they fucking don't. Sometimes they forget. Sometimes they need reminded in a gentle or very boundaried way that doesn't get your ass fired. That's what I got for you, sweetie. So yeah, you're going to need to be clear with this boss. You're going to need to get them to be clear about what the expectation is, what's your job, and how do you deal with that. So that's what I've got on that. And this is the Wake Me Up Tarot. Okay, so we're taking a look. We'll do one more of the minis, and then we'll get to the paid list. So Kim, if you let Kim know, then that's great. If you get a full read, yeah, I'll let you pick one of my guides. There's Mo, there's Gogs, there's Lucy, and there's also Nell, who's the really funny one. But they all come in to help me do this, and they don't have any reason for me not to allow them through. So, Lanny, will the money come from your dad? Let's take a look. Lanny, that's a pretty serious question. It feels like there's a lot depending on this, a lot riding on this. I wish it weren't so. Okay. Lanny, will the money come from your dad? Now, this is just 3 tarot cards. You trust your higher self about timing and everything else more than me or any other tarot reader. We've got the Magician here with the hand opening, and it's like a whoa, hold the phone, but also an open palm. There's strength needed. You're going to have to wait. This is what I'm getting. The 3 of Wands is definitely waiting for something to come. You've put the energy out there, or the ask has been asked, but you need to wait and be patient in the waiting. Trust that the universe has you on this. Follow the gentle nudges as you proceed with this. That's important for you right now. And the Magician here. Wow, that is loud lawn care. So sorry. But the Magician is the most powerful. Magician and Strength are both the major arcana. The Magician feels the most powerful in this read. Although Strength is major arcana too. It's like you got to wait. You got to be patient. And you still have to be ready to receive. That's a tricky thing to deal with. It's a really tricky thing to deal with. But that's what I'm getting. So that's what I've got for you. Okay. Kim, do we have anyone on the list as of yet? I'm not seeing anything over here, but you let me know. That makes so much sense. Impatience is your downfall. It's hard to be patient, folks. That doesn't come easy. That's when I guess I just bumped people out of the way in the line, and they're like, no, you don't get patience this year. So, or this life, or whatever. But yeah, that's a tricky one for me too. Nothing that you know of. Okay, so we will probably go to a collective real quick. That's what I'm feeling like needs to happen next. So that is where we're going. Really strange. Okay, we're going to the Chrysalis Tarot, one of my favorites, real quick. We're doing 5 cards at least for the collective. Let's see what's going on. And there's a bounce and a set it down, a bounce and a set it down. What is that about? There's an overall sense to cool your heels, cool your heels. Cool your heels. Oh, somebody feels so left out in the cold. Some of us feel so forgotten, some cases even abandoned, but we're not as out in the cold as we think. We've chosen, the 5 of Scrolls is usually leaving the battlefield. We've chosen what it is where we're going to take our stand, what's important to us. When we make choices where we feel like we're separating from the crowd, where we're doing something different from what we're expected or not conforming, and we're going our own way, doing our own path. Sometimes there is a period of time where we do feel very much in solitude or on our own or a little bit forgotten, but we're not. Our guides are here. There's definitely people on the other side that are ancestors or that are here. Everybody has a spirit team. Everybody has a spirit squad, right? And nobody goes through this life alone, even though when we're discouraged, we sometimes feel that way. It feels like we've chosen this walk, intentionally so. Don't revisit and rehash the past. It doesn't serve the old wounding. It's not going to heal by looking back at it, looking back at it, looking back at it. Something doesn't heal if you keep ripping the scab off over and over and over and over. It takes longer to heal. Little kids do that all the time. And the parents will say, quit picking at that scab. That's what I'm getting. Now here we have the Page of Scrolls. Again, this is the Page of Swords. We've witnessed, we've observed, and in this deck they call it the Pilgrim. What are we walking towards? What is the thing that we're making the pilgrimage about? What is this wisdom we want for ourselves? This is huge coming forward. Huge. What else do we have on this? I want 2 more, and I'm going to put these up front. It feels like, it doesn't feel like a line of 5. It feels like a way of building. Jesus, so loud, those people. So sorry outside. The Two of Scrolls and the Golden Flower. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Now the Two of Scrolls is the Two of Swords. This is where one seems as good as the other. Or maybe you're having trouble discerning that it's different than it was before. Leaning to your emotions as a guide. Lean into your emotions for like giving you a clue. Don't let them swamp you, but lean into them and look at them. Examine them more. This is illustrated with the Dark Horse, and I love that. This is the Dark Horse is usually the underestimated one. If you say, oh, that's a dark horse, and you're referencing the Kentucky Derby, you might not literally be referencing the color of the horse. You might be referencing the unexpected victor, the one that comes from way behind, the one that they didn't even think was a contender. Choose your choice and remember you are a contender. And then here, Temperance here with the Golden Flower. This is beautiful, beautiful. This is all of the energy coming in. This is finding your formula, finding the way you want to balance things, finding the way things need to be happening for you. It's not just bing, bing, bing overnight. It takes a little bit of time. So that's what's going on. It's going to take a little bit of time to choose the sword you want and really be devout is such a loaded word. Dedicated is what I would say. Be dedicated to what's going forward. The Sunflower is gorgeous. Isn't that a beautiful card? That's what we've got. This is what's going on. And it's gorgeous, gorgeous energy for you. This coming up is huge. So yeah, be aware of what it is. The way that you have decided that you're going to carve your own path is important for you. And it's your journey and your destination. It's the way you travel. It's not about getting to where you're getting. And it's not about somebody else, whether they join you on the path, fade off of the path, or even know where the fuck you're going or say, yeah, whatever. No, it's about you. Your journey is the important thing. That's what I got. Beautiful, beautiful. You want to live in that card? Yeah, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. And this is the Chrysalis Tarot, and I love this. This isn't a beginner's tarot. So if you've got this one, get the book, the big book that goes with it. And if you see them sold separate, don't rely on just on the little white book. It's not sufficient. The big book is better. It's a little bit more, well, a lot more detailed. And it's helpful with this deck. So that's what I would say on that. So that's what I got on that one. Let me get some water, and I will hold up the commercial for the list, and we'll see what we're doing. So here we go. There's the list. So there we go. This is how you get on the paid list, and the paid list is now open. So, and I will be back for sure on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'm not sure on that. Sorry, I get thirsty, guys. I get talking a lot. You sent via Cash App. Okay, Steph, let's see what's going on. Okay. I do see that, Steph. So a blind reading for Steph is what I'm taking that to be. So just 1 second. Let me write that down and we'll... Okay. 1 second, sweetie. We've got the Cosmic Dancer coming out for you big time. The Energy Spirit Oracle. Is there one more that we maybe want? I think there is. Haha. 1 second. And I think that's either the Whispers of Healing or Whispers of Nature. So the blind read for Steph. Let's see what's going on. All right. It's feeling like there is a need for quiet and stillness, and then strike a pose is what I'm getting. Yeah, quiet, strike a pose. It's like... the ballerinas, before they do their big time performance, they make sure they're very, very limber, and they're doing things on the bar. They're seeing themselves. They're seeing their exact reflection and the pose that they have. They're holding it a little bit longer in the stillness. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's what I'm getting. That's what's coming through. So let's see what's happening with this. A stretch and expand come through immediately after this. Oh my gosh. And practice daily. This is something where you are being asked to really, really participate and warm the muscle, warm the pose, warm whatever it is you're trying to do. You don't get to flex the muscle without stretching the muscle, and that's what's happening first. Then you get to strike the pose. You're taking a clear Inventory is a harsh word, but you're really looking at the reflection of what you're trying to do. You're taking a clear-eyed look at what it is that you want to expand, and then you're practicing it daily. So whatever this is, whether it's somebody's art, whether they're doing violin, whether they're doing literal art, whether they're doing music or dance, or whether they're just practicing their own spiritual practice daily, whatever it is, this is how you stretch and expand. This is how you grow. This is how you open for more downloads of creativity, more information, and more flow to happen and follow in and follow deeply through you. Flow deeply through you. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see if we can see this. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. This wants to scooch down here. Epiphany. I love it. This says seek clarity, and look at this gorgeous, gorgeous card. I don't know. Hopefully you can see that pretty good. It says seek clarity. I'm going to show it really close up. Okay. Seek clarity. This is gorgeous. This is, again, look at this. She's in dance. She's in flight. She really is understanding the grace that she carries forward. She's letting all the vibrant colors through in such a huge, huge way. Huge way. Epiphany. This is what happens daily, daily, daily. You do it, and you might be in kind of a little bit of a rut or a routine, and you're doing it, and you're like, okay, what's going on? Eventually, that gets out of the way because that becomes part of the rhythm, and then the moments where things can be dropped down and opened up happen. It's why it happens when you're doing cross motion things. Yes, yes. It's why after you've done the practice, then you might be doing dishes, and all of a sudden, boom, the mind lights up, the spirit lights up. The new direction made clear. Potential and knowledge. Now this is beautiful here. This is seeking, seeking, seeking without recognizing who is this. This is absolutely you. This is absolutely you. This is you at a distance here. Let me see if I can get here. Seeking this version of self, this part of self. If you're looking for the angelic guidance, if you are looking for the drop downs to happen, they are already happening around you. It's like you're standing in a room full of glitter and you don't know it's already been shook up and sprinkled on you. It's already been shook up and sprinkled on you. Now it's just a matter of opening up a little bit more, stretching, doing your thing, doing your thing, doing your thing. Then you're going to see things. You're going to see little flashes out of the corner of your eye. You're going to already get this. This is saying seeking knowledge. This is exactly what you're doing. You'll be able to turn and see. What is this so much? Hang on. There's something about the ancestry, the ones who've gone before, the ones who've gone before. I want to go in here for a minute. When we look at this card, it has a very old book. And when we're looking in the ancient book, we're looking at how this would have been written. This is something, wow, this is really weird. This is what I'm getting. It's really weird. What I'm getting is if you go back into your family's history, say 200 years, 300 years, you go back and you write from a place of first person in one of your specific ancestors. You'll know who it is. If you go back and you write it from their point of view, if you write even a page of what you think their daily realm was or what you think there might be their experience, if you can let your self, your empath self, open up to what that was and write through that fluidly for a page or so, there's something that comes through that is a really, really pertinent and precise lesson that you are easier to see and easier to frame as if it was historically through an ancestor than it is right now. The truth bomb will be bomb, big, big, big. This is when the knowledge and the wisdom comes through because you have gone in and tried to feel it from your ancestor's point of view. I don't know what that's about, but it's why you're required to stretch. And it's why you're required to expand. You're going to have to throw your mind back quite a bit. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Anything else? Relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. The ancestor is definitely female, and this is the ancestor asking you to go look at it again. Look at it again. This is female ancestor. Be it aunt, be it grandmother, I'm not certain. I don't know. Aunt. It feels like an ant. So if you go directly up your line, you're not going to find the relationship. If you go further back the line, you're going to find the relationship. So this is like 200 or 300 years ago. It's requiring you to seek the knowledge, requiring you to go back through. The name will almost pop off the page. It will be almost a bolder type of a print. So maybe you see Lisa and Elizabeth and I don't know, whatever. But one of those names is going to, if you see Lisa, Elizabeth, Mary, whatever, boom, it's going to pop. It's going to be big. And this is the one that you want to go into her experience, her day. Just write it as if you were walking her path and the clarity comes through. This is the relationship and the pattern and what I told you before, where you're seeing something relevant to what was going on with her through her eyes. You see it through your own and it like realigns, corrects, and opens up hugely for you. That's complete. That's your homework. It's really specific and trippy. That's what's come through. Wow. I do not even know what to tell you. I'm excited to hear back on that one. Sometimes you guys will tell me back what happened and I don't know why it's happened or what's happened, but it's like, okay, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So that's what's going on. It looks like Carol is next. Let me get some water and we will see what Carol's is. A mini. Okay, Carol. And do you have a specific question? So I see your payment here, but let me see if it will pull up your specific question. Sometimes it will, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, it's not showing anything other than the payment in the stupid Venmo. I don't know why it's that way. Okay, reading, how does Mark feel about me? Okay, let's take a look. Carol, we're going to one of the teeth kicker decks, so okay, know that it's said with love, whatever's coming through. Let's take a look. We're going to Deviant Moon, and those are, they don't pull any punches. All right. Pulling these ones. You guys can see. These ones, I even call them the teeth kickers. So let's see what's going on. We're going to get Deviant Moon. How does Mark feel about me? And we'll get 2 of the decks. If we need the third, we'll get the third. Let me make some room on the table. Let's see what's cracking. All right. Carol, how does Mark feel about you? Let's see what the cards have to say for Carol. It feels like don't rush, take it a step at a time. I'm getting overload. It's like you got to be chill, don't rock the boat, don't rush, one little step at a time is what I'm getting. So let's see what's going on. How does Mark feel about you? It's like when you get the Claire odds going, I had 3 songs coming through like really fast. It's like, calm the hell down there. All right. Very interesting. Okay. All right. So what we have here, hopefully you can see quite well. We have you in the position of Ace of Swords, wanting the clarity and pretty clear about how you feel towards him. The challenge is there's something that needs rebalance, something about feeling lack. This isn't him clearly saying, professing his love, and it isn't as easy as, well, then fine, it's over. It's a little bit slow to develop, slow to develop, slow to develop. This is what's going on. Now, this is sometimes keeping options open, and it feels like rather than playing pool on 2 tables, it does feel like he's not quite wanting to be both feet in. He's, you know, when you're standing at the pool and you're not sure if you want to jump in the deep end, that's what it feels like is going on. His feelings feel like they're definitely, he recognizes you, sees you, has warm feelings or good feelings towards you, but it's like he doesn't know if he wants to be more committed than he already is. The Lovers are where you're sitting at. The choices you make, the Lover's path and the heart's desire is right here. And it feels like if this is his point of view, he knows what's going on. He knows the energy around you. He's just not sure he wants to commit. That's the challenge. You're clear about something. He's clear about something. The committed thing. Right now, it's going to take some time. You need to be patient with this. Not pushy, but patient. What's crossing your path? Ace of Wands, the new start, the way you want things to go. Now, if people need to realign how they're doing the dynamic, sometimes this will show, but new start is wanted. Miss Independence, the more independent you are, the more sexy you are to this person. The more you have your own world revolving and the harder, this sounds like this sounds like the old grandmas, so forgive. But sometimes they used to tell girls, play hard to get, play hard to get. It's not a matter of playing games. I'd rather shoot straight from the hip. But sometimes when you're not as easily available, they realize they have to schedule and value your time. This is what it is about. This independent woman has her own life going on, has her own happiness going on, has everything going on, and she may or may not make time for this person. You don't have to orbit around him. He needs to orbit more around you. The more you're doing your own life in your own fulfilling manner, the happier it is for you, the better it is for you. The more fulfilled you are, and so it just amplifies out. The Chariot, the challenge is a little bit of delay in momentum, a little bit of delay in focus, not quite on the same page yet. Recent past, thinking of things in nostalgic terms, a little bit sugar-coated. Let's be careful on this. Let's not sugarcoat what's going on. Let him take the time to show how he feels through his actions, not just his words, okay? Hanged Man, he is reevaluating and shifting his thinking. I'm telling you, he's shifting how he sees things. The environment around you, it's the sun. And then the outcome is showing us flat out, straight up, the Four of Wands. Now, this is generally considered twin flame soulmate energy. It's very good. It's weddings, graduations, births, that kind of thing. This is when you are dancing through things together. It shows to me that his feelings are there. Are they being professed loudly yet? No. I want to look a little bit closer. What's going to be going on? When is this going to be a little bit more clearly abundant? And is that going to be a time marker there? Queen of Swords. You need to be clear and cut whatever it is out of your world that is excessive waiting. Queen of Swords is going like on the battle right here. She got two swords. She's got the sword of truth and she knows what the bullshit is. Doesn't stand for this. Whatever it is you're waiting, or if you're like orbiting him, stop it. It doesn't mean you don't have to be available sometimes, but you have to have your own life. You have to have your own shit together. Your happiness is not dependent on this fool. Sorry, it's not dependent on this person. Your happiness is dependent on you. You need to reduce things by half. The Seven of Wands, this is a huge thing. This is about being clear about your boundaries, valuing your time. If we don't show others in the world that we value ourselves, be it boyfriends, friends, family, whatever, then they take us for granted sometimes, and that's not so easy to do. So when you reduce what it is that you are allowing to be given too freely and guard that a little bit more, reduce what you're giving away by half, it's going to be helpful to you. Have your clear boundaries. Anything else? I was looking for a time frame. Page of Swords. I'm wondering if it's August. Page of Swords says you have to witness and see a few things. It doesn't give me a straight up August answer. So I'm thinking that you're going to need to take your time and not put a time frame on this. Rather, develop what it is that is your truth. You're getting Sword of Truth, Sun. You're getting this here, this synchronicity. This is coming in. The Sword of Truth for self needs to be held and carried fully first with your own strength and not put all of this, some people view it as pressure or expectation, but all of this external sense of validation, external sense of how you develop joy, external of yourself doesn't serve. The Lovers is here. The Sun is here. The Happy Ever After is here. This guy needs to figure out how he comes to it on his own. This may or may not indicate 2 months, but there seems like there is some kind of, he needs to figure out what he wants to commit to, and he's not going to figure out it easily. Sometimes we notice what we really care for once it's gone, and sometimes it's too little too late. It feels like he's going to figure it out, but it won't be a case of too little too late. It's just going to be a case of slow to the figuring it out. Slow to recognizing what his own feelings are and how deeply he wants to commit is what I'm getting. Anything else? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there is a new start. He does see the value. He does see the gift. This is going to be an opportunity. Give it a little time. I would give it at least a month before you even worry about it. Keep yourself in this month, all through the next month. Keep yourself very, very busy doing your own thing, all through June. Do your own thing. Be really, really invested in self. This is important for you because this is how it shifts a little bit of that dynamic. It shifts the balance of power and makes it more equal. That's what I've got. That feels very complete. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love this for you. I think there is definitely interest peaked. I think there is definitely feelings for you. But well, you can lead the horse to water. And it's going to be like, this one's going to be like, do I want to drink? He's going to be slow on the pickup. That's all I can say. It doesn't mean the feelings aren't there. It just means he's slow on the pickup. And I wish I could say, oh yeah, he absolutely gets it right away, right away. This one, he'll get it eventually. That's what it feels like. Okay, Edie for the blind. All right. Let me write this down just 1 second. All right. pen is useless today. All right, we will be keeping track via Kim all the way. Edie for the blind. Let me get some water. And Edie. Oh boy, we're getting a little bit of the rude decks coming through for you, Edie. We've got the T deck, and we're gonna get the Fuck It Oracle out as well. That's one of Melanie's decks. Oh my gosh, okay. What's the T for Edie? What's going on? And why is the Fuck It deck? Deliberate sharp cut. Snip, snip, snip. We've got Creepin' Jackpot. The Fishing for Comments. The Bad Reputation. And Moves in Silence. And I'm not getting Moves in Silence as Moves in Silence. I'm getting it as silent movies. I'm getting like shades of Buster Keaton coming through and Charlie Chaplin coming through. So Creepin', Creepin', this is where the action is. This is something that's going on that you can see in the black and white old, before the talkies came. Yeah, the old silent movies. There was a lot conveyed without words at all, without words being said. This is what it is. This is what brings the jackpot. Making your actions known strongly, doing what it is that is your plan, letting contrast serve you when you have black and white that strongly. It's letting contrast serve you about what you want, what you don't want, where you are actually getting a reward, where it's actually yielding a reward. This is not going to do it. Fishing for comments and getting feedback. It doesn't say compliments, it says comments. Getting feedback is not necessary. It's helpful, but for you, it's not necessary right now. Fishing for comments, let the feedback that you get naturally occur. You don't have to ask for somebody's endorsement or somebody say, yeah, good job, yay you. No, fuck it. You get to do what you get to do. Bad reputation? Don't give a damn about the bad reputation. That's how it goes. Moves in Silence, this is silent movies coming through. This is you keeping your dreams, your expectation, your plans to yourself. Yes, but it's apparent. It's clear. It's clear. The girl tied to the train tracks in those old kinds of movies. It's like, oh, panic, panic, panic. Tied to the train tracks, and the villain is there, and the train is coming. It's all clear. So there's something coming in the timeline for you, something time-wise coming for you. This is like you need to set up your own goal, your own expectation on time frame as to what it will be. And it's super, super clear. Now let's see what the Fuck It deck says. So you don't take yourself too seriously. And this is the romance edition. So this is just a little bit of tinge of pink. It doesn't even feel like the amount of romance shouldn't be colored as intensely as the pink, more like a pale pink. So it intensely flavors that. It doesn't intensely flavor that. This is too intense of a color. This might be relationships that are other than love is what I'm getting. This might be relationships of people you love, but not the main love relationship. It says someone is being a fucking control freak. We all have the right to fuck up our own lives and learn from it. This is what it's saying. So what I'm getting from this is let yourself make the mistakes you want to make. Let yourself do it on your terms in your way. It will be clear. The contrast will be made clear for you. Absolutely. What else is coming up center here? Speak your fucking mind and let them do the same. Repeat often for success. This is where you allow yourself to be true to you and allow themselves the same thing. This is very, very clearly speaking up. If they don't like what you have to say, they don't like what you have to say. They don't have to see it from your perspective. That's just fine. No big whoop. Anything else? Okay, all right. Oh, okay. This is about the control freak again. It says if you have to fucking spy on them, you're either A, not ready for love, or they're not trustworthy. You'll know who this is about. Somebody that's operating in a little bit of a sketch way, or somebody that you have like an uncertain feeling about. There's reason for that. You're not the only one with a bad reputation. There's somebody else that isn't playing or shooting as straight as they should be. One more. This says, fuck romance, fly solo for a while. So this is to do with your own independence coming through. Again, it's the black and white, the black and white. This won't let me go. It takes two to tango and two to fuck it up. Tango is more fun. There's going to need to be choices for both of you. You're going to need to be clear about your own situation as far as what's going on, black and white, and it's time to pull back, pull back, pull back. See things in very black and white. Sometimes we invest in relationships, whether they're love relationships or family and friendships, and we invest in them, but we don't think of them in terms that are like monetary, like literal money. Sometimes we think about if we're investing time and energy, and if it were money, would you be putting $100 in or loaning $100 to somebody that never paid you back or only paid you $10 back? Would you keep investing, or keep loaning and loaning and loaning, keep giving, giving, giving? Of course not. You'd be like, yeah, that's not so good for me. So think of it in more black and white terms, and you'll be able to have a more balanced way of doing things. That's what I've got on that. That's beautiful. It's a little harsh, but it's fucking beautiful. So that's what I got. Wow. Yeah, that's really, really gorgeous. Okay. Let me get some water, and we'll see what else is going on the list. Please let Kim know if you've paid for a reading, and she helped me keep my brain on. And this is what we've got going on. There's $20 for the blind, $30 for the year ahead, $40 if you want a full reading with the guides, or $30 for a mini. If you want a full reading, it's usually 15 to 20 cards. If you want a request for one of my guides to be in, then we can ask them specifically what's going on with this, or if there's any words of advice, and that's what we'll do. It's absolutely on target. Good. I was a little like, oh, okay. That's the deck. Oh, all right. Good. Good, good, good. I'm so glad. Oh, those lawn people today. They're chapping my hide. Apparently, I'm going to need to get used to it and be more patient. The lawn needs maintenance, so okay. So that's what's going on. And let me show you the paid lists. So if you want to get on the paid list, it's open right now. This is Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. This is how you pay for it. If you want to get one of my specialty reads, I don't know, maybe you can see that. My specialty reads, they're $50 for the crystal ball with tarot, the bones with tarot, or if you want a past life, which is my favorite. I love those. So those are great. And then if you want to do something that is a regular tarot read where you ask a question, if you want to request a guide, that's $40. If you want just what you saw just now, that's a mini. I consider that a mini. That's $30. And if you want to do the year ahead, $30, or the blind read, $20. So that's what we've got. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. The E comes before the I. Double check your spelling. Blah, blah, blah. You guys know the drill on that. You absolutely know the drill on that. So yeah, that's what's going on. And what else is going on? Oh, do the guides want to talk to us? Always. The guides always like talking with you guys. And they sometimes are bugging me. Shall we see what's going on? What is Gogs up to? We're going to see what Gogs is up to. So if you haven't come in before and seen me working with my guide Gogs, he's kind of this grizzly, old, cantankerous guy. Like cranky old, kind of Vikingish energy. Sometimes we see him younger. Sometimes we see him a little bit older. We'll see what's going on with that. But yeah, Gogs is definitely in the house and present in the house right now. Okay. So I'm seeing this and I'm trying to look. Whoop, sorry guys. Trying to do that. Okay. Carol Ann at Kim Blind Venmo. Okay, we see Edie's. We see Carol Ann's for the blind, and we see Loretta. Okay, so Carol Ann is next, and then we'll do Loretta. I think that's the order. I think that's right. Okay, so Carol Ann for the blind. Does Gogs have anything? Gogs is sitting back. He'll take his time, so Gogs doesn't need to say anything just yet. If he comes through later, he'll come through later. He's definitely present. There's a stern energy being felt, so okay, we're going to see what's going on. Carol Ann. Blind reading for Carol Ann. Ooh, we got the Mystic Shaman coming up. Big time, big time. Oh, where are these beautiful, beautiful... Hang on. I'm looking for a very specific earthly kind of one. No. These two like to play really nice together. We've got the Mystic Shaman, and I don't know what this one is. If this is the, I want to say the Earthly Soul, but I feel like that's the wrong name for this. And then the Tattered Wings that are coming through for Carol Ann's blind. Let's see what's going on. Gogs is here for Carol Ann's reading, and what he's showing me is a stick that's got glowing red on the tip. It's like playing with the fire and then blowing out the end of the stick. That, yeah, it's a glowing red end of a stick that's been in the fire, and just burning it and smelling the smoke. Smelling it feels like oak. Takes a long time to burn through for whatever reason. Something that is a slow burn. Takes a long time. Very, very good, efficient. Isn't long-lasting fuel source is what I would say. He keeps showing me this stick. Whatever this is that you've got hold of, it's got a slow burn and it's intense. It fuels you for a long time. Okay, let me move these. Let me move this tray down below and get a new tray. Sorry, I need these out of the way so I can have room on the desk to show you. Okay, so what we're seeing here, the heart of the sky, the holy mountain, and the journey. This is a long time that you're treading on your own. It feels like a long time where you have, a long time where the night is where you're contemplating things, you're thinking things through in the night, but it feels like a crispness and aloneness where you are spending time in solitude at night, really, really studying, pondering, wondering what's going on. This is the heart of the sky, and making your deeper, really deep layers of self known to the great creator, to whatever God that you want to call it, to source. This is a part of your path. This is part of your climb, part of your journey. It's the holy mountain and the journey. This is one of the most sacred chapters of your life. This is where you're, like if you think of your ribs cracked wide open and the heart is just beating right there, boom, boom, boom. It's right there, exposed, very, very vulnerable. Very, very important time, but that is still strong. Insistent, consistent, like the glowing on, is like the glowing ember of that. It's not even an ember of the ash. It's a glowing end of that stick. It's red hot. The end of that is, the inspiration has not faded. The desire, the reason for the desire is strong. The need of the heart is still strong in you. The solitude that you will be in for yet a while to come, the spiritual growth is the dark night of the soul for you in many, many ways. It is for you traveling a different kind of a path than what you had expected to travel before. Okay? That's just how it is. It's just what it is. So hopefully you can see this really clearly. What else is going on? It says, okay, yes. The bright orange that is the creative fire that comes when there's the union of two, or when you're co-creating with somebody else. It is also something you're meant to do on your own, and this is when it switches out to this yellow of the sun. This is when the dawn breaks through, the new day opens, you've got all this sunshine exposure coming up forward for you. This is when individuality wants to peek through. Which of these is coming through? Which of these is coming through? We're getting the path right away. You've got the holy mountain and the path with the journey. This is huge for you. This is really huge. This is a time when you are meant to travel your own sacred path. Things have opened up. This is a very sacred year for you. Exile. This is a beautiful card. Exile, many people would think as lonely, lonely, lonely. If you think about the hermit's path, the hermit's quest, the hermit's journey, he might be considered as exile. It's going his own path. It's not because somebody else has said you must go this way. It is because you have declared it so for yourself. You must go this way, to the heart of the sky, to the heart of the soul, to the very heart of your own essence, in order to find yourself once more. You are not outcast. You are purposely taking exile. What do they call that? Sabbatical. My mother used to say, I'm going on sabbatical. And that means she's going on a trip, or, don't bug her unless you're bleeding or dying. She's taking a sabbatical from a certain thing, from a certain way of thinking was what she did this. And she did it probably in her 40s. She said she was going on sabbatical. She needed a break from all the pressures and all the structure of the box that she had lived in for a very long time. And she took a sabbatical. So this is a sacred journey, a sacred path, a sacred travel of your own. And passion's coming through in a big, big way. Where this is that transformative orange into the yellow. You're going from the co-creating to the individuating. The solo act that is really, really sun energy coming through full throttle. This is individuation, personal choice, personal preference coming through, and personal growth at your own pacing. Let's see what else is going on. These want to come through. I'm getting the moon bleeds, so the moon cries for no one any longer. Your intuition is there. You're very, very clear. When you get too overly distraught or upset, you know when you're going into the land of drama emotionally versus using your emotions to guide you. This is asking you to use your emotions as a guidance system, no longer to let the drama happen. It's not that it's totally callous and your tears are worthless. No. But you know when you can be swept under, and you know how to keep yourself afloat. You know how to prevent yourself from being swept under. Now this here, this is very different to me. Very different. It looks like this tree is trying to stretch into the water, but to me it's almost as if the tree wants to uproot itself and walk away from where it has been planted and actually walk its path, switch its journey, shift where it's at. A grafted sapling, if somebody takes the branch off of one tree and then takes it down the road, puts it in a bucket, plants it, let it grow for a while, then takes the whole bucket and that new tree and puts it somewhere else. It's a transplant. It's a grafting. It's a breaking from your roots to go your own way. And then look at this. It's like the dark night of the soul and the sacred angel revealed. Now this says absolutely nothing on this card that I can see. Nothing at all. This is where you are in the stillness and understanding. This is like where the winter sky comes through again. It's telling me you've got a lot of work to do before winter comes again. Through summer, it's going to feel hot. Some points it'll be unbearably hot. You'll want it to be like you and a person, you and another, you and co-creating, you and co-creating, you and co-creating, when you should be solo act for your own growth. As you get to this point, and this feels like not necessarily journey's end, but it feels like end of season going into winter. It feels like fucking November. It feels like November, you're going to have this energy of winter where truth and bone have been established, achieved, and known, understood. You'll know it to the bone. You'll know it's the very heart of you. You will have exposed a lot, been vulnerable a lot, and following your own intention, following your own course, truth and bone exposed. This is going to override, supersede all of this orange energy, and is going to be yellow, white, hot, yellow sunshine energy coming through till there's clarity. So what is excess is burned away. That's what I've got. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Yeah. And I'm seeing Gogs by the fireplace, and he's just kind of chuckling and laughing like, yeah, she's got it now. She's got it now. And the stick in the fire is no longer orange. It's just white. It's like it becomes lumen. It becomes illuminated. That's what I've got. Very, very strange, beautiful, beautiful reading. Wow. Love that. Love that. And I thought I saw Cher sneak in. Hey, Cher, how you doing? How you doing, honey? Good to see you. That is my stepsis, Cher. So, yeah. Good to see you all. You're welcome, Carol Ann. You are so welcome. Yay! I don't know if you're even in town. Cher is like one of the most jet-set women in the world. She's just all over the place all the time. All the time. Okay. So let me get some water, and we'll see what's next on the list. Sorry. Frog in the throat. Okay. It looks like Loretta is next for a love read. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here, Cher. Glad. I'm in Stansbury now. You'll have to come see the new place at some point. So shoot me a text later. All right. Loretta. This is a full, but Loretta, would you let us know if you want to do having a guide with there or just the regular full? The regular full is usually 15 to 20 cards. Whatever comes through, comes through. If you want to request a guide, we can do that anyway, and that'll be just fine. So whatever it is, we can do that. Love the reference to my mama. Yeah. Yeah, she was so funny. So funny. Okay. So if Loretta lets us know which it is, we'll go love reading and we'll see what's going on for Loretta. We're in Slavic legends for you. If the guide wishes. Okay, you got it, Loretta. We're doing an arc. We're doing a high arc. High arc. What's that city? St. Louis? I don't know if it's New Orleans or St. Louis. I get my geography mixed up. It's that high arc, the World's Fair arc. Yeah, that's coming to mind. So it's like not the typical arc of a rainbow. It's like a little bit more sharp than that. That's how the spread is coming through. It's how we're going to lay it out. St. Louis arc. Okay, let's take a look. All right, I'm going to be lost in the cards. The love read for Loretta. A sharp pain in getting to where you've gotten a sharp pain before you get to here. This is a sharp pain that's happening. It's making me do the puzzle piece. Let me do the puzzle piece. Hang on. Let me see if I can get that to do it. Okay. Sorry about that. I did that puzzle piece. But the sharp pain comes in at the top of the arc. What is this? It's like you're working so hard to get to this certain point, to this pinnacle of this place. The card in my hand right here is Justice, and it's a sharp pain that's coming in. Before I even saw that it's the Justice card. Now, usually you see the Sword of Truth. This is an acknowledgement of truth. We've got this that has to happen. And then it seems like it's downhill from here. Then it should be more easy from here. It's about the truth with a love situation that's unacknowledged, unrecognized, or you've been in denial about. This is what we've got for the spread. Wow, it's a big one. So we'll see what's going on. Hopefully you can see it. You're starting over here, and this feels more past. This feels like almost current energy right here. So we'll go this way, and then we'll get some clarifiers. It feels like the past, Seven of Swords, Death card, and Four of Coins. Somebody held back and caused you to hold a portion of yourself away differently, present differently than what is actually a true to self kind of way. Your authenticity was masked is what I'm getting, and you're not able to do that anymore. Now, Sneaky Pete the Thief card comes in. This is a beautiful rendition of him. He comes in, but he comes in cloaked, protected, really, really well cloaked. It feels like somebody fooled you into being something or someone other than you are naturally meant to be. So you present yourself in a way that's different in order to appease or in order to just fit. And it becomes more and more painful to stand in that kind of energy. You cannot do it, cannot do it. Something went awry in relationship. I don't know. This feels like in the past. This all feels past to me. And it feels like there was a lesson about love, a lesson about loss, a lesson about, this is a strong word and I don't like using it, but it is the word coming through, about dishonor. A lesson about dishonor. Something was not honored. You and your soul and what your heart wanted was not honored. Whether this is a self-sabotaging thing or whether this was a betrayal by somebody else that took advantage of a situation, the lesson needs to be felt, understood, acknowledged in order for you to move forward. Then, oh, this is potent. My good Lord. Right through here, all through here. In this arc, I'm going to move this down so you can see better here. This is the top of the arc, okay? You have High Priestess coming through. This is Moon, but it's High Priestess. This is the intuition couldn't have been stronger. You hid this aspect of self from self. Judgment. It's calling the Moon to move aside to allow the High Priestess through. This says Moon, but I'm telling you it's High Priestess as clear as it can possibly be. The fear is what created this ignoring of the intuition. The Moon brings through huge amount of intuition, and the High Priestess and the Moon both reveal limited amount of knowledge. The High Priestess has all the knowledge. The Moon shows limited amount of the path. They both have things that are hidden, mysterious, and secret. And when the High Priestess is ignored, it's like the secret knowledge doesn't get the right questions asked, or the desire to ask the right question is muted, so you ignore your intuition. So then you travel this path thinking that there's something hidden, when part of it is not wanting to face a fear. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what's going on. Then we have judgment. The higher self is calling out the moon, saying, no, sister, the fear is there. You get to face it. You get to own that power. The high priestess within you wants to be more present, and that's the sharp pain and truth. It's knowing where the red flags were ahead, then ignoring those red flags about a certain relationship, a certain situationship, and going forward anyway. When everything Spirit could have done to give you the red flag was like, bam, 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 bam. And you're like, no, no, no. It's when you infuse or project what you want it to be when it's clearly not there. Sometimes it's a case of being in love with love rather than being in love with someone and them in love with you. This is what's coming through. Then we have the Justice card here that had the sharp pain. You needed to pause, reevaluate, take a look from a different perspective. But instead, the willing sacrifice had to be made over on this side. Now the perspective is here. The way you see it is different, and you get to shift. 6 of Cups coming up. Oh. 6 of Cups. This is the card of nostalgia. This is rose-colored glasses. This is when we're looking at things and we really want them to be a certain way, really how they used to be, how they were, but how they maybe won't be again. This is sugarcoating a shit sandwich. It's still a shit sandwich. You cannot sugarcoat it. If you do, what do you still have? Oh yeah, a shit sandwich. So if somebody is ill-suited for you in love, in relationship, in life, you can think everything good about them and be very optimistic and try and manifest. You can try and call it something other than what it is. But a shit sandwich is still a shit sandwich, folks. You can't sugarcoat it. If they're not that into you, or if you just give to the point of pulling one over on yourself even. You know better than to do this. You know when you see red flags, and you know not to fall for that shit any further. You know that. You know that. So when you see those red flags comes up, the nostalgia come up a little too strongly. This is your heart wishing for something that is elusive and isn't there. Friendship needs to be there. Lightheartedness needs to be there. This whole nostalgia, not so much, okay? All right. Yeah. Better for you to be out in the cold on your own doing something than go for this conventional nostalgia, this fairy tale dreaming and unrealistic thinking. There needs to be an even exchange. Even exchange for the 2 of Cups. Even offerings. What you want when you have the friendship of the nostalgia, you're wanting, I'll trade my candy bar for your favorite rock. This is a good trade. But if you're using the rose-colored glasses on nostalgia, you're shortchanging yourself every damn time, and it's time to stop. Sweetie, if you're going to do relationships, you need to get real about what you're offering, real about what it is you want, and real about your own energy in the experience. Don't project and give too many credit points to somebody that is unworthy. Don't let the fear of being alone get you wrapped up in a relationship so far down the track that somebody isn't valuing you anyway. The King of Coins comes in. Once you learn this, that you're not the poor little match girl, when you learn to value yourself more, then you are far more receptive to the King of Coins. Don't let security be what keeps you out in the cold from what it is you truly desire. You might have to wait a little longer. This takes time. What else do we have over here? This time you win the battle. This time you win the battle. You've got the 5 of Swords. This time, going forward, this time you win the battle. This is coming through as the timing card. Now, this is an unusual one to get as a timing card, but what I'm getting is a 5 months straight up off of this as a timing card. It may or may not, like, I can't control people's free will, but as the energy sits right now, this is showing me that you have won this battle by 5 months from now, that you understand this lesson 5 months from now. Knight of Wands energy charges forward really, really fast into it. Huge momentum with the Chariot and 2 of Swords. You won't be deceived again. This is where you're using your emotions to make a clear choice. You will be at the crossroads before then. You will make the clear choice. You'll charge towards and have balanced momentum about something. I want to get the second deck and just look a little bit deeper on this one. This has been a really tricky one. It's like, in some regards, the love lessons and where you've sacrificed has been pretty brutal for yourself. I want to see what's happening here in this, because that came through with such a time signature on it. 5 months, 5 months, 5 months. Could be sooner than that, but 5 months is what I'm getting. That's what I'm trusting to tell you. Moon comes up again. Moon comes up in the Page of Wands, right over the top. I'm going to show you what this comes up. Moon comes up. This is how this was set. Okay? So here, this comes up over this. Do not mistake a boy for a man. You got the Page of Wands sending out all the right messages, right? Let me get this little fucker. Sends all the right messages, but isn't capable of taking action. He's like, where's the party? Where's the party? I want to go. He doesn't even have his own car to drive, right? You need at least the knight, somebody qualified to travel with you, alongside, to ride with you, somebody that is ready to go in and ready to charge in large. Big time, big time. Moon again. You need to be very, very clear so you are not deceived. Moon comes up again, right next to this page. You don't need the boyish nonsense. You don't need Peter Pan 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. You need a man. You need somebody ready to go into battle with and for you. And you win this battle when you come in on equal terms. You've been giving too much credit to the wrong kind of Joe. That's what I've got. That's complete. So what love is coming, when to expect love? When to expect this test? I would expect to see the page within probably 3.5, 4 months, and I'd expect to see the man within 5, or the other within 5. So that's what I've got for you. So take your time in understanding your own nudges. Take your time in understanding the lessons of where you may have sabotaged self and where you want to grow through and beyond that. Because the valuable lesson for Sneaky Pete card, let me get that card pulled up again. The valuable one for that is to know which swords to take and which baggage to leave behind. So then you are the one that's covering your own ass. Then you come out with Robin Hood instead of Sneaky Pete. All right? And there's even one deck, the Law of Attraction deck, which some people have beefs with that or not. It's kind of its own system. And what they assigned as the key word for the Seven of Swords in that deck is the word hope. And if you think of the original Seven of Swords, he leaves the camp with all those swords. Maybe he's hoping the battle will be, he won't be the only one running away from the battle on that one. That he'll save some pain for his companions. So that's what I've got. That feels very complete. Holy smokes, that was a big one, honey. Wow, that was super big. Super, super big. So that's what I've got, and that feels super complete. Let me get some water, and we'll see what else is going on. So, wow, wow, wow. You're welcome, sweetie. I wouldn't say don't date at this time. I would just date like the King of Swords. Be really selective. Be really choosy. Value your time. See how they show up. Suffer no fools. Date like the Queen of Swords. Suffer no fools. Suffer no fools. Cut off whatever doesn't serve. I wouldn't give second and third and fourth chances to anybody. You got one chance to show up and really show up. And show up like a man. Not like some little, oh, I'm going to tell you everything you want to hear and not show up for real. You be authentic and call that forward for them too. And call that forward towards you as well. Okay. So if you've paid for a read, let Kim know, because she helps me keep my brain on. I'm not seeing anything else that's come through just so far on this side of things. Sometimes PayPal is a little bit slow, so I'm just checking. But I think the list is probably clear right now. So let's see what's going on. And then if we have questions, maybe we'll ask Gogs. This would be the time to get Gogs, I think. Hey, Brandy, hey! Okay, we're going to get Gogs in here. Gogs, what are you wanting? Gogs is wanting that crazy gnomes deck. Is this the one? No, it's this other crazy gnomes deck. I think this is it. Is that, yeah? What are you doing here? Just give me a second. I don't know why. This is what I'm getting. All right. Put this here. That's not even one. We'll put it over here, I guess. This is the deck we're supposed to be in. We've got, I think it's not called the Crazy Gnomes deck, obviously, but yeah, it's kind of a Crazy Gnomes deck. What are you doing here? He wants emphasis drawn to the mountain, the difficulty in the mountain. How is that relevant? He's showing me the mountain from Marchetti's deck in the Lenormand. Gilded Reverie Lenormand has a card of the mountain. It means stubbornness, solidness, firm as the mountains, not moving, unmovable, a potent block. So why are we doing this? Why do we want the gnomes in the mountains? Okay. Because the gnomes are the really quiet mountaineers. They're the quiet ones that know how to navigate the cracks and crevices of the mountains, and they do what would seem impossible. The gnomes are like, you know, wee little fellows is what I would say. But the gnomes, they're the small mountain men. Okay? This is the, we're into the land of dark horses again? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. The unexpected, the underestimated. This is where we're at. Okay. All right. Just 3 will do? Okay, great. The young boy becomes the man in seeking knowledge for himself, resiliently slaying what needs to be slayed. Working hard, resilience is coming through. Fighting against things is coming through. Also, what feels like a buzzsaw outside my window is coming through. What is this about this? This one doesn't know. Why are we there? There's something about this unpresumptive one, the one that doesn't know what he's in for, the one that's naive, the one that is underestimated. He doesn't know he's the dark horse. He rides a very visibly white horse in this card. Visibly white. He himself is the dark horse. He himself is the gnome, the little mountain man, the one that is stronger than what they think. Okay, Gogs, you're going to have to help me on this because this is not making a huge amount of sense. It's giving me the pink sky as a fantasy around him. The pink sky is never what it is. The pink sky is never what it is. The twilight of his youth has already passed. He holds to his youth, but he's yet to be a man, yet to go experience more, deeper water, yet to experience that which will grow him up, grow him strong. Navigating the course. Navigating the course. What is that about? Why is there a navigating the course? Okay, I'm getting another card. He's showing me an arm wrestling card from Anna K Tarot. I don't know which card that is. I don't know if it's... I don't know which card that is. It's Anna K Tarot. It shows 2 men arm wrestling. Trying to prove his worth rather than navigating the course is something that is not necessary right now. He's going to be wrestling as he goes up the course. He doesn't wrestle another. He doesn't need to wrestle another. He just navigates. His journey in becoming the man is the mountain. He conquers it. What is this about? Okay, 3 more cards. Abandoned on the rock. Visiting the elders before understanding the depth of love. This is interesting. This is showing me why it has to be a man, I don't know, but how a man grows. How he grows into becoming the man. How we grow into becoming our deeper selves. We have to battle this thing till we're alone and abandoned or in solitude on the rock. Till we conquer that mountain on our own. Let's see if you can see that. Till we conquer, we're the top of that mountain. If we're not prepared for what might come in, we might have foolish roads ahead. However, as soon as this one is showing as the fool, as soon as we take the leap, as soon as we've conquered, as soon as we've set out and done some of our ambitious desires and accomplished our ambitious desires, then the elders come in, or the guides. Then the elders come in, or the guides. This is him laughing. Then the elders come in, or the guides. As soon as we've abandoned this way of needing to be safe, play it safe, the guides come in. The guides come in. They lead you to the heart's desire. They lead you to the heart's desire. This is just showing us a woman here, but this is referencing the choice, the heart's desire, the lover's card in general in tarot. This crazy gnome deck never reads like regular tarot. It's its own thing. Yeah. It leads you to the heart's desire, the deeper truth, the deeper heart's desire. When the young man in the Lover's card has to approach, he has to make the choice. The choice has been made. Navigate, navigate, navigate up. Navigating the path up. Growing up. Taking on the ambition of self and of this choice. Then being vulnerable. Then being vulnerable. Then opening to the guides. And the guides will come. Anything else? The guides will come. There will be, he's giving me thunder as something that it comes booming through the sky really loud. The dark horse rides through. The dark horse comes in noisily, comes through, insistent. And there is noise before the light flashes, before the epiphany drops. There is noise. The gnomes are noisy. The young man is noisy. Then when you've gotten to the top, when you take that leap, yes, that's when the noise comes. That leap of faith is the big trust of faith after something has challenged and created a big challenge for you. You've conquered something. You've met the challenge. Now you take another leap of faith. It's the bigger leap. It's the bigger leap of faith, and it's a lot louder, a lot noisier, a lot bigger requirement. That's following the path of the heart. Is that complete? Of course it is. Okay. Yeah, that's complete. That's what we've got. So once we look over the obstacles and blocks, then we open up. If we choose to open up, once we pass over the obstacles and the blocks, once we move through, look over, move around, whatever, once we pass them, we are forced to open up in a bigger way, because we can no longer go to the simpler way. You're at the pinnacle, you have the clearer view. You have the clear view, and then you're ready to jump into the fray again. So this one would jump into the water again, but if you're on the literal mountain, you would climb back down and face the world again. So this is after, what's that word? I can't think of the word. Why does that happen? When vision quest, that's the word. When people are sent on a vision quest, when they go on their own dark night of the soul, it's a vision quest. It's something that you have to do on your own to take that on, to follow your own ambition in life, to follow your own vision for a while. Then you can come back and return. That's what's going. That's what's happening. Wow, holy cow. That's what I've got. So sorry about the really noisy yard work today. They are really on it. So, wow. But that's what I've got. That's what he had. So, all right. I think we're clear. I think maybe I'll probably call it for today, and then I'll be back on Wednesday is what I'm thinking. And I might run a special on Wednesday. So that's what I'm thinking. So that's my game plan. Does anybody else have any other, you want to see a deck or questions or whatever? Cox, I need you to practice English, sir. I'm sure modern English isn't always what old school Gogs would relate to, but yeah, I am sure it's something like that. Hey, Angelina, what a great name. That is my name. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I will probably let this go for now and grab a bite to eat. We'll look at this. I'll throw 3 cards for Courtney really quick, and then we'll be done. Is there a gardener's deck? The closest to the gardener's deck that I would think of, there is the Witch's Garden, and then there's one called, I don't know if I want to call it Landscape Tarot or something like that, but it's all very, very landscapey energy. Very, very. Let's do a read for Courtney on this. Is her third eye opening? Okay. We got the Knight of Cups here. This is one where I say, always follow the grail for yourself, quest for yourself. We got the Six of Wands. The victory will be there. The ability to have the horse come closer. In this card, the horse is coming closer to you as you're finding your own music. And in this one, the ability to ride. And what else? It's going to look different than what you expect, Courtney. And then the Four, the Emperor. This isn't the most receptive. This is kind of a little bit rigid. But yeah, you're allowed to take the lead in this regard. What I would say, I believe this is the Landscape Tarot. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. So it's very, very different kind of a look. It's like everything is done in landscape mode. Let's see if I've got this. But Courtney, what I'm getting is, yes, your third eye is opening, but you need to approach it from a different point of view. What I'm getting directly, you need to be walking. What is this again? Lucy's coming through. Lucy, what do you want? What do you want to tell her? There needs to be a gentle walk, a slow walking of this rather than a demanding of this. And there's also something very, very scented that needs to be around you. There's some kind of scent or spray. I don't know if it's an aura spray, chakra spray. I don't know if your hippie trippy local shop has it, but there is some kind of spray that will help you shift a little bit of where your mental space is. Very soothing. And yes, it's opening. So that's what I've got. Yeah, that's what Lucy has for Courtney's question about her third eye. So Loretta, like more floral based or herb based art? Yeah, it's all, I'll show you more of this. It's a beautiful deck, but it's just all very, very, and this is one that very, very landscapey. Now, there are like Enchanted Blossoms, Oracle, that's kind of gardeny. The Witch's Garden is really beautiful, and it's more standard tarot. That's the one that I saw and instantly wanted to. Where is that one at? The Witch's Garden Tarot. Where the heck is it? I would love to show it to you if I could see it. I'm not seeing it right away. I will have it up front for next time. I'll have it up front for next time, but yeah. Or you could get the Herb Crafters, which is a little bit weird. If you already know tarot, then you already know tarot. If you want the Herb Crafter type of energy itself, it's a really great one, but it's a little bit different. So, will you get better from your eczema? Linda, I feel like the answer on that one is just straight yes. It's slow it down and dial the anxiety down. I don't know what that's about, but that's what I'm getting, straight yes. But that's what I got on that one. Queen Lucy's in the house. Yeah, that's what I got on that. Straight yes. It's something about there's a direct corollary between the anxiety. I don't know if you even know that it's anxiety, but yeah, that's really what's going on. Elaine, can you get a single card? I would give you a single card, and then I've got to go. So, but it finally got quiet in here. Those stupid yard people finally did something else. Hooray for that. Elaine, you've got the Prince of Wands. This is one that needs to go make things known. This is the one that goes forward. It's not the Knight, it's the Prince. It's the one that says, where's the party? There needs to be more energized messages about what you want to do, about your ambition. There's excitement around you. This is the need to create buzz. That's what comes through. So that's what I've got. Okay, guys, I will be back on Wednesday at 11. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I can't think of anything else for today. So I think that we'll leave it here for today. I don't know that I'll be on tomorrow, but Wednesday for sure I will be on. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, everyone, for letting me do this and having such fun with me. I love doing this. I love, love, love doing this. I'm going to go get some lunch, and I hope you guys all have a happy, happy day. And I will see you all again on Wednesday. Okay, bye, guys.